You know, I love to talk film, discuss, to critique. You want to see a film with me?
Hi everyone, my name is Thomas.
I'm Jason.
I love horror movies.
Sorry, I cursed. Do it again.
Hi, I'm Thomas.
I'm Jason.
I love horror movies.
I hate them.
And we're going to watch what I deem one of the scariest movies ever, The Exorcist from 1973.
I'm not excited at all.
I'm very excited to see how he reacts.
I know this is a really good movie. I'm excited to watch a really good movie, but I'm not. Like,
Yeah,
I don't like to get scared.
We'll have fun. It'll be fun. And then we're going to talk about it after, and then we're going to go see the new Exorcist Believer movie that just came out that you're excited to go see.
I'm less excited to go see that because I'm not afraid of that one. That one I don't think I'm going to be scared of at all. Maybe I will, but it's gotten awful reviews. And again, I'm not a big. Actually, I was going to lie and say that I don't go by reviews to go watch a movie. I do. Like the plan was to watch this and then go see the other one because the trailer for the new one looked so good. But it got.
For now, I saw the reviews as well. Let's just ignore the reviews.
It's right. I do like to ignore the reviews because movies aren't.
It's subjective. You have to go in with your own point of view.
I agree.
And that's why I want to do this, because I think both of our point of views are very different on what this movie is going to be, as well as the new one will be.
Okay.
So I think it would be very interesting to get these two perspectives meshing in there and see what happens. All right, man?
I'm, again, semi-excited, semi-scared to death. I got to drive alone home, and I don't...
I'll call you on the way home, okay?
I don't want to talk to you after this. I mean, it's supposed to be good.
Yep,
I'm excited
it's
for
awesome.
it. Should I even say anything else?
No,
I'm excited for
let's do it.
Okay, let's watch the movie.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You're okay. You're gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
That's beautiful.
Right?
I cursed.
It's in Northern Iraq. It's filmed like on location. They went there.
That's cool.
I thought I missed them saying it. God damn it. Okay. Spoilers. I ruined the movie. It's like, aww, we want to kill a guy.
But like, can I just say, like movies now would never start a movie with this much silence.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. It's just we gotta keep them entertained. We gotta keep them entertained.
But yeah, I totally agree that like, I can imagine what we're gonna see tomorrow. Like when we eventually do see it, and it's just gonna be like, how quickly does it get to like, to try and just like shake you. I just love the notion that like, oh, this isn't enough clothes. I need to wear a robe on top of this.
Oh yeah, it's the 70s.
I know.
2023, all the skin will be showing.
Yeah, they'd be in panties. They'd just be like not even wearing clothes. Wear a see-through veil like robe.
Exactly. No, it's a fact by the silence you just gave me.
I don't want to say anything. Why would I say anything?
I appreciate that. Other people are just like, yeah, he does.
Hey, where'd this come from?
So much anxiety.
Where?
I'm like just waiting for the ball to drop. I'm so terrified because I know this is. I mean, everybody that's seen this has said this is an awfully scary movie, and nothing scary has happened yet. So I'm just waiting to be terrified.
So it's a good time to mention. Are you freaked out by hospital stuff?
What do you mean?
Very good. That wasn't so bad, was it?
Did you get uneasy around hospital
Perfectly
stuff?
still, breathe normally.
Some people do.
Not really.
Okay.
What does this mean? What are you asking this for? Oh my god. Oh my god!
Tell me if you feel a vibration.
I was worried you're gonna turn away for
I
that.
gotta try not to curse.
Okay. You hot?
Tension is building.
You're gonna die up there.
Oh my god.
Keep away! Keep any drugs in your house?
No. Of course not. Nothing like that.
Are you sure?
Well, of course I'm sure. I'll tell you. I don't even smoke grass.
Yeah, it's weird. It wasn't that weird.
I think we hope so.
Just high on crack. I wish that's what crack did.
The lighting for this movie is incredible too. I can't say sentence without cursing. Like that
hard.
sentence
It's
needs
really-
a
The lighting in this movie is really good, right? Just all throughout.
lighting is
That's
incredible.
that's how you do it.
Share?
You saw the face there?
Movie's gonna make me unalive when it's over.
You're good, nothing.
Would you stop?
What?
Don't say nothing. Because if there's something, I'll be bad. And if there's nothing, I'll be even more mad. These cuts are crazy. These cuts are f***ing crazy. I can't believe they cut after she's walking backwards downstairs with blood in her
So
mouth.
that actually wasn't in the original movie because they tried that scene and it looked too hokey without special effects. And plus there's a little more where she's like crawling around and sticking her tongue out and they're like, okay, we really don't need this.
Hey, Carl! You like movies?
Very much.
Well, I get passes to the best shows in town. Mrs. Kalo, she gets tired, never likes to go. It's too bad. Yeah, I hate to go alone. I love to talk, film, discuss, to critique. You want to see a film with me? I got passes for The Crest. It's a pillow.
I think using that line could be a fun
Yeah, they
line.
ran
Just
on
like
the
that's what we do.
phone,
We watch movies, we critique,
Yeah.
we discuss.
One last time. You can think of some priest who fits the bill.
Come on. Now answer the question, Father Paranoia.
Do you like movies?
This is so unsettling.
That's the
And
movie.
it's just built.
It's so it's made so well to do that. Like movies can't just do that by like having a good story. It's the editing, it's the pacing, it's the writing, it's the acting, it's everything. Everything comes together to make this like a crazy, like in my mind, a perfect movie.
Well, yeah, like I haven't even seen the exorcism scenes yet, and it's still like I can understand why it's gotten so much buzz.
Because it's so much build up to that.
Yeah.
Like you really get connected with these characters and just feel traumatized for them, essentially.
You know what she did? Your daughter.
That's one of my favorite lines in the whole movie. You're gonna need a cigarette, buddy. You okay?
Yes.
That was a lot.
No.
That was a lot.
But yes. I love how like they don't. It's not like they're shoving it down your throat.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's everything that they've done so far has been so. I was gonna say minimal, but this 14-year-old is just shoving a crucifix
She's
into
12
her
in the
vagina.
movie. She's 12 in the movie, but acted by a 14. And then it ends, and you sit with it.
Yeah, that's it. And that was literally like that was maybe a minute,
Yeah.
and all of that has been literally a minute max, minute and a half, 2 minutes max. Everything that they've shown so far.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm terrified. There's still, oh my God, there's still 52 minutes left.
You're getting through it, man. You're doing great.
Okay, we'll discuss more after, I guess. Oh
Yeah,
my
man.
gosh.
I'm glad you're enjoying it so far. Enjoying it to the extent that you can.
This movie's incredible, but it's I don't feel good.
Don't feel good about enjoying it. Don't feel good about it at all. That's fair, honestly.
What is it?
I knew that was gonna get you. I'm sorry.
That's right.
I feel bad knowing what's coming.
Bro, I haven't had dreams in like literally years. If I have a nightmare tonight, I'm gonna come to your house and beat the
Well, that's a good thing about smoking a lot of weed. Like, those limit your dreams.
No, that's the bad thing about fucking weed.
Well, especially if you're worried about nightmares, then yeah, that's a good thing. No nightmares. Just nullify it.
Sorry. Who are you?
Like you said, the cuts are just like so matter of fact.
Mm-hmm. They don't need to show anymore.
Nope.
They're showing exactly what all they need to fucking show.
Perfect reaction.
No spoon feeding.
We're talking about lighting. This is like. This is it.
Yeah, how do you get a street to look like that?
The light coming from the window.
Father Karras, it's an honor to meet you, Father.
By this sign of the Holy Cross
No.
of our Lord Jesus Christ, who lives and reigns with the Father and the Holy Spirit. Damien,
Amen.
God, defender of the human race. Oh, look down in pity.
You killed
on
your
this
mother.
your servant.
You left her alone to
Ready
die.
believe.
Shut up! I will forgive you.
Shut up!
Bastard!
I command you, by the judge of the living and the dead,
Oh god.
to depart from the servant of God.
No. Oh my god.
It's the power. Hold it, hold it. It's the power of Christ that compels you. The power of Christ compels you.
Oh my gosh.
Did it! Yay, Jason! So we just got done watching The Exorcist, the 1973 movie. How you feeling?
It was amazing. It was really good, but I don't feel well, which I think is the point.
Right. Why don't you feel well?
Because it was terrifying. The entire thing was unsettling from the jump.
Like the opening scene in Iraq, it just kind of sets like the perfect like tone. I feel of just like
Of what?
just unsettlingness. Of just like
Well, yeah, I definitely didn't expect the movie to start there.
You okay?
I don't know how I'm gonna feel the rest of the day, the rest of the night. So look, like what I was thinking like during the movie was like it did everything I wanted from a movie. Like that's like why I watch movies is all of the reasons I watch movies are in that movie. Like it's extremely well shot, it's well acted, it's well written. The lighting is incredible. Like I can go on about the details of the filmmaking of this, but At the same time, the reason I watch a movie is not for this feeling. This is why I don't watch scary movies. Because I already live in such an anxious, terrified state. I don't need that thrown on me for 2 hours.
Right, but this is a different type. This is like, I feel it's a different type of anxiety that like it kind of like allows you to escape from real anxiety to like kind of play pretend, in a sense that you're in like these types of horrors. I guess I get what you're saying, but
right, but okay, but so maybe that's the added fear. And again, this is probably why, whatever this came out, what, late 70s, early 70s, like, especially then, where like Christianity was like run rampant in America. Now it's 2023. God is dead, basically, for the public. I mean, really, most of the population that's as young as us, so I'm 23, is nobody believes in God anymore, right? Maybe they're spiritual, but Catholicism is
in your world.
In my world,
yeah,
sure.
there are people that still have a strong
absolutely
relationship with it,
but
how you've grown up and where you are right now.
Yes.
Is different than how anyone would grow up in from the 70s, where like it's more. Even I was put through Catholic school my entire life.
Yes.
I feel I would have a different outlook of it if I did the same thing in the 70s.
But that's why, like, I'm raised Catholic, and I don't know. Right now, I'm not a. Oh man, I hate how this is getting like.
It's the movie's heavy.
Yeah, but like
that's what the movie's about.
This is that like. I'm terrified of these things in particular because I was raised Catholic. So I still have I think I still have a lingering fear of the devil, like of the bad things, and like if you do bad things will happen.
But this movie also exemplifies that like evil doesn't matter. You can be the glorious sunshine of Reagan is the cutest little girl in the world at the beginning. She's so just like innocent and perfect that knowing what's gonna happen to her, it's unfair, and that's what the movie like gets at. It's certain things like that you can't explain them away, you can't medicine them away, you can't psychiatric them away. It's unexplainable horrors. That is like the key of this movie. That there's no rhyme or reason really. Like it goes from the stuff in Iraq to Reagan's bedroom. Just, because that's where it's going to manifest the most evil, I guess. That's how it sees. I don't know, man.
I'm still coming down from the terror of that movie that I felt.
What do you think was the scariest part? Is there a certain moment that got you, or is it just like the overall, just like
I think the way it was delivered. I mean, again, like the fact that it was so, like, especially. I mean, like the Exorcism's not to the last 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, it's the last third, if that fourth.
Yeah. I would say fourth. Like third sounds more than it was.
Like the first Exorcism, where Father Karras does he records the sound. That's like the introduction of the Exorcism, and then the actual when Father Karras and Father Marin both come in and lay the smack down.
Yeah, lay the smack down. Like the way it was delivered, though, the way that it was like all the examples of the devil being inside of Reagan it's so slight, and again, like it obviously jumps.
It ramps, like the first thing they do is like the Ouija board. Yeah, and it's like Uncle or Captain Howdy is like,
and it just shoots to the
yeah. It's like, you're just playing around, Reagan.
And then it builds and builds, but again, like even the way they deliver it, like I don't know if you kept it in before we talked about all the scenes of the devil being shown in Reagan are like a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, like max. And then it just cuts, and then it's just like, okay, now you're gonna sit in this unsettling feeling that this is going on in this house, and this mother has to deal with it. And oh my god, dude, I am so unsettled.
That's. You get used to that feeling with the more horror movies you watch.
No,
yeah,
this is not gonna be I'm not like I didn't watch this and now I'm like,
let's go watch. But no, I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying. Like,
I still am not. I mean, again, what a fantastic movie! Fantastic movie. Completely.
You're gonna have to be sat down to watch something. Like you're not gonna I'm gonna go home and watch. All the Halloween stuff. No. I'm gonna sit you. Maybe not me specifically, but someone was gonna have to like. Hey, you're gonna watch this movie, and you're gonna like it.
Yeah,
and I did. I 6 months.
I really enjoyed that movie. Yeah, what a great movie.
Oh, it's
I need a 6-year break.
Yeah, absolutely.
From horror movies.
So we're gonna go see the new one.
I know, but that one I feel like I'll be able to take.
After this, yeah,
Yeah,
like legit. That's why I said earlier. This will like make it easier for you. This is like probably one of the heaviest you can go like in general.
right.
Like thematic wise, storytelling wise, emotionally, it's just emotionally draining. Kind of. That's why I love like the scene of like after the first round of the exorcism, you see Father Karras' face just destroyed and just like he's leaning on the bed, just like exhausted, and the other priest is just like, all right, I'm gonna go now.
Right.
And it's just like, in that scene, you feel as a viewer just like you went through a experience and you're drained.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, we'll do this again in another 10 minutes.
He was amazing, Father Karras.
Yes.
What's his name? That's
I
not,
don't
that's
know.
not Peter Falk, right?
I don't know.
I don't think that's Peter Falk. I feel like Peter Falk would look older at this age. I've never seen a Peter Falk movie. The only thing I've seen Peter Falk in, completely irrelevant information, is It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, and it's a small cameo.
Yeah,
I don't know if
okay.
Remember, he like gets out of the car, and it's a cameo.
Yeah,
But literally,
yeah.
it's like he doesn't even. I don't even think he says a word in that. But I know he's a big actor from the old age. But he looks similar to Peter Falk, at least for anybody that gives a hell.
About Peter Falk.
Yeah, which is probably just us two. But he was amazing, Father Karras, the actor, whoever that was.
Even the characters that like they have like they're just gonna insert like Father Dyer like in that party scene. It's just like he's kind of there, but he's not given like too much attention to like distract, I guess, for too long. And like even like the minor characters used in such a perfect way to kind of like bolster up the main cast.
Well, I feel like that's what makes a really good movie,
Yeah.
right? Where it's like every piece fits. Like that's what makes the classics classic. Is like every single thing that they put in here was
Right. It's
exactly what the movie needed.
exactly. Finger on the pulse, exactly what like how when to cut, when to
Right.
put the sound in, when to like literally.
How to light it.
Oh, the light in the food is just like
Unbelievable.
yeah, dude.
Unbelievable. I don't know, man. I'm like really skeeved out. Like I'm so excited. We've discussed already before this that we're gonna the cool down is Wes Anderson shorts that he just released on Netflix of Roald Dahl books.
Pretty dope.
That he what's the word I'm looking for?
Adapted.
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 I
Yeah.
actually looked up
This is an adaptation of the book.
This one best adaptation.
The winner is William Peter Blatty for The Exorcist.
Yeah, I mean, it was nominated for a bunch of Oscars, 1, 2, and won the. What was the other one? Do you know?
Best sound.
Best sound. Okay, which makes complete
So much sense.
Yeah.
Like even like in an experience like this, we're not in the theater. You can still tell how much the sound is really impacting like every scene.
Yeah.
The lack of sound too is massive.
Yeah, which I think is completely gone from new movie making, or at least the big budget box office superhero movies that are being made, franchises where it's just silence is almost like it's almost like silence, like movies have become radio at this point, where if it's silence, it's like, no, there's dead air, we can't have dead air because people need to be pay attention, which is so sad. But this, I mean, I don't know, man.
It just sits. It's shot like a documentary. That's like one of the ways I saw someone put it. It's shot like a documentary where things are just kind of like things happen in front of a camera. Like this, like there's so many scenes where it's just like people just sit in front of the camera, things just kind of happen, and eventually it gets to where it needs to go. But it makes those decisions like so well. I guess it's just. I can't stop sucking this dick's movie.
I me's dick. I mean, it's so good. It was so good, but this is again, when I go for like, it's not like I won't, like I'll watch dramas that are sad. I've seen Manchester by the Sea, like it's really good. I've only seen it once, and I do want to watch it again, but I'm like. It's
a different type of like energy sucking type of movie. I got you.
Like I love movies because they take you to another place. They take you to a fantasy land that isn't here. It's like movies are again. It's like this little world that we created, and you're gonna come join this world that we've made. And this is a very dark and scary world that they're inviting us into. And again, what I love about movies is like realism and like humanistic qualities in movies. Like even if it's the most fanatical tale, the best movies that are usually there's human and there's I don't know how else to describe it except there's like human qualities littered throughout them. That's how I find my favorite movies, right? even if they're fake as hell. But and that's what makes this so eerie, is that this is extremely human, and I mean, obviously, I've never seen the devil incarnate in a person, and they levitate and they shove a crucifix in their private area.
But if it were to happen, that's how I imagine it looks like.
Yeah, and I would imagine that every other human would react in that way. That chief or the lieutenant, what a fucking weirdo, is just like, I want to arrest this dog, this young person.
Well, it wasn't like, oh, we gotta arrest her. It's more so just like, he's just trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
That's why the ending also is interesting to me, because like he runs up and sees Reagan crying and the body like on the ground. Like, that makes me wonder, like, is he still blaming her for all this?
Exactly.
But like the ending scene kind of like,
yeah, it does show that he's not like chasing after them.
Yeah, exactly.
To try to get them for murder. Yeah.
It's a very humanistic approach to it. It's just like, there's no way to react to this in reality.
Yeah. How else? Yeah. What are you gonna tell? What evidence are you gonna bring?
Booker boys, get her.
Yeah.
But you said you were confused by the ending?
A bit. I don't know. Like, I don't know what I was expecting, but it just seemed like the devil left so quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. It's the 70s, so I don't know if like they're like, or I don't know how the book is, but like, is this like Catholicism works? This exorcism worked?
No, I don't think so. I honestly don't think the exorcism itself worked. I think like the devil or the demon or the spirit or whatever that's inside Reagan kind of won to a certain extent of like pushing Father Karras to like a certain breaking point that allowed the devil to take over his body and try and do something with that. But there was like a quick like internal battle with Father Karras of just like, that's why I love him screaming no at the end. How visceral he sounds when he does it and then hurls himself out the window is just like again, like I mentioned, he doesn't know her. He doesn't know, like, he never met Reagan, the girl. Yeah. He met the demon, the spirit that's inside of her, and still decided that was the fight he was willing to end his life on.
And what's crazy is like in the middle of the movie, or maybe close to the beginning, he's talking to another priest like, I've lost my faith.
I'm done. That's the craziest part of it. Like, he has like these feelings, and you're confronted with such, like, even he doesn't want to believe it at first. He's like, go see a doctor. Yeah. Go see go for 6 months in the best hospital you can find, and hopefully something happens. It's like it's a denial of like, I don't want it. Yeah, it can't be. But it is.
I'm just getting like shots of like, I close my eyes and then I just imagine it.
See the faces pop up.
I hope I can sleep tonight.
But I'm really glad like it hit a certain, like, the way I was expecting it.
Yeah.
That's where.
Well, it's a damn good movie. Damn good movies should hit that way.
No matter what. Yeah.
I feel like unless you're like, the only way that movie doesn't hit is if you're not, or like great movies don't hit you. And again, it's subjective. Sometimes you won't like a great movie that's everybody else likes. But like, if you're like willing to give yourself away and just like, I don't know, fall into like, okay, I'm following this. I'm gonna pay attention. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna be with whatever's happening here. Be with the characters. And like, I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna hit you if it's good enough like that.
You okay?
No. I'm sure I'll be fine.
It gets easier.
But I don't know. I'm like,
you'll digest it more as the day goes on.
So we're gonna see the new Exorcist.
The Exorcist Believer.
Yeah, and react to that and compare it.
I don't think we'll have as much things to say about it. Honestly, I think it'll be more like, why couldn't this be that?
Yeah.
But I'm hoping to be wrong.
It's the same. Well, I don't want to talk too much about that movie because we haven't even seen it yet.
Yeah.
So I'll save it for that. But
that was a lot. Yeah, closing thoughts.
That was a lot. My body feels like it experienced something. That doesn't happen a lot when I watch movies. Only if I'm like crying or something during a movie, and even then, my body doesn't feel as gone through as it does right now.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. And you just feel defiled.
Yeah, I really do. I don't know. This didn't make me go, okay, now I'm gonna watch more. Scary
absolutely.
Movies. I'm still not a big fan of this feeling. Maybe I'll get into it more, but I need a break. I need a nice, calm little breather.
Yeah, for sure. That's totally understandable. That's what a good movie should do. It should make you want a cigarette after.
Yeah, sure, maybe. I mean,
you did it. That's all that matters. You did it.
I did it, and it's done.
Till next time.
Till next time.
There he is. Hi, girl. It's next time.
This guy's spit it up.
Trying to be a little bit.
I don't give a fuck about this right now. I don't care.
Why not?
It's been only like you were so excited for it.
I was not so excited. I've never been so excited for this movie. I couldn't be less excited to see something. I really don't. I mean, I just don't want to see this.
You don't want to see this movie because you think it's going to be bad?
Yeah, I think it's going to be bad. Usually I go see movies that are good. Recently I've been going to see old movies, which I know are good.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm going to see this movie that I don't know if it's going to be good, and I probably won't be. I'm not a fan of scary movies. The Exorcist Believer is what we're talking about.
Right,
yes?
yeah. We're seeing The Exorcist Believer after seeing The Exorcist, the original, that traumatized you.
It was very scary.
It was very scary, but you enjoyed it.
If I saw that when I was younger, that for sure would have traumatized.
Yeah, anyone under the age of like 10 or 14 even.
Unless you're a tough little
unless
one.
you're like been molded to like, that's how I want to raise my kid eventually, is I want to mold them into being like, I want to watch The Exorcist and like bring it to me. I want to watch this movie.
What age would you allow them to do that?
Oh, I don't know actually. Probably like 8 or 9. Because I mean, with my brother, and we grew up watching movies on TV, like horror movies on TV. Like there's sci-fi movies, there's everything. So we got desensitized that like kind of early. I was still freaked out like crazily like until like 8 or 9. He was like always good. So it depends on the kid. But I think like early exposure could. It depends on the kid. You know?
I think it very much depends on the kid. I could not have taken that at 9 years old for sure. I don't want to take this one at 23. Like again, like because it could scare me.
Right.
I might enjoy it, but I don't see myself doing that. If it does scare me and I don't enjoy it, that's even like worse. Like,
yeah. There's double negatives.
Yeah, I don't need that. I don't know, man. I'm trying to get excited for it. There's not much here.
There's not.
The Exorcist was so good. There's like, and I don't like to be that guy that goes into movies and not give them a chance.
Oh, it's not like the original.
Yeah, exactly. That I don't really care about. Like, I'm gonna give it a fair shot and look at it on its own, but I'm not excited.
Yeah, you're not willing to give it the benefit of the doubt.
No.
Exactly.
I just don't think I just my opinion on scary movies in general, which is why I don't go see them, is because they're usually not good. Most of the scary movies that come out, pretty terrible.
You got to find the right ones. It's not just overwhelmingly bad.
There's good ones that come out, but most of them.
The Black Phone came out a while ago. That was really good. Everything Jordan Peele's done.
Black Phone I heard was good. Jordan, I liked Us. I still haven't seen Get Out, which is just on my part, not seeing good movies.
There are things there, but there are so many things that are just kind of pushed out to try to appeal.
How many
to
Conjurings
audiences.
are there?
Like 4, exactly. I some people actually like those movies.
I know. I've heard, but even the people that say the first one is great, and then they just get worse. Like, what are you doing?
Everyone wants to have a franchise, and no one wants to have like their own original franchise from the base. They're like, oh, we want to just take something that people people will recognize, and turn that into something not even new.
Yeah, and I think what I'm like not excited about is that like this isn't. I know it's not like The Exorcist was an original idea. The stuff that was happening in there was all new. It was early 70s. This is
it's a rehash of a rehash of a rehash of a rehash.
Exactly. What am I going here to see for? It's for a comparison. We want to see what happens.
I would love to see something different.
An old scary movie and a new scary movie, but man, I'm
not nearly as excited for this.
I'm sure there's other scary. Like I heard Talk to Me was pretty good.
Okay,
but
there are great movies I would love to show you, like horror wise.
New ones.
Last 10 years, yeah.
Okay.
For sure, there definitely are there. You just gotta know.
It Follows was good.
It Follows is great.
some people don't like the It movies, the new ones, but I like them.
I had fun with it.
Right.
But that wasn't really scary.
Yeah.
It was suspenseful.
Exactly. But it's all about building a taste, and that's you don't have a taste for horror.
I mean, yeah, The Exorcist definitely gave me another option that I didn't know was available.
Right. Yeah.
And God, I'm trying not to be so negative, but I really don't think that this one is going to give me that same option.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Are you ready to become an Exorcist believer?
No. You know what? Yes, I am. I'm going to give this movie a chance. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what happens, all right?
And we're back.
We saw it. Not a fan.
Yeah.
I not at all.
No.
Not even a little bit did I enjoy that movie. That was boring. I didn't care from the jump, not because I went in going, I'm not going to care. I always give a movie a chance. Not for 1 second did any of the characters do anything, say anything that made me go, oh yeah, I care.
No, yeah. It was just so slow. Not even so slow. It didn't give you any reason to attach to anything, I felt. But I lost all the words out of my head. It just like
it was nothing.
The way I felt about it is at certain points, like halfway through the movie, I felt like, oh, this thing could work if the first half of the movie was working. Like nothing like there are moments in the movie where I was like, okay, something's happening, but it just I never like felt a sense of relief like when something big happened, or like a sense of like, oh my god, I can't believe we just experienced that, or I can't like that was so much to process. How are these characters gonna handle this? Nothing ever felt like it had a lot of weight to the characters, and this is one thing that I think I hate to like keep making a comparison to the original, but with the original, it just felt like, well, with this one, it felt like it was like, oh, the girls are what's scary. These girls are trying to scare you and look creepy and blah 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 blah. Where I feel with the original, it was more so. It got to her being scary, but it was more so you were just like it hurt to watch her go through something so terrible, and watch the parents' relief, like, or watch a Chris McNeil's just complete deterioration as a mother, trying to figure out the best course of action to deal with what's going on.
Yeah, not only her, the whole community around that. Like you were like invested to see what would happen to the community in that movie, like the priest, everything around them.
Yeah,
I couldn't like.
No one had any.
Not even the dad of the daughter that was like either of them did I care about.
The only time it made sense, like it had like a little bit extra of motivation, is they saved that for the end, where it was the reveal of, oh, I didn't want to save the daughter, I wanted to save the wife. That's like the emotional. That's heavy. That's something.
Yeah.
But it just like tacked in there at the end as like as supposed to be a reveal, but that's something I feel like if you knew that throughout the movie, like I feel it could have been like given more direction or something, giving more weight, giving more like
and it wasn't even that shocking because it's not like that. Like in the beginning of the movie, they have the mother die and or the dad has to choose between the mother dying or her giving birth to the child, or the mother living or giving birth to the child, and they don't show his answer. So it's not like I didn't, as soon as that happened, I was like, okay, they didn't we didn't see his answer, so that might something will happen. Probably will happen because of that. Like it wasn't super shocking. Like it would have been interesting. Yeah, like if they showed that earlier, the decision, and then that's why she's possessed, and if they used that in the possession more, or gave that more weight. Instead, it was just like, okay, here's at the end, we're gonna use it, and it's only the last 2 minutes of it, and it just, God, I didn't care about it.
Yeah, I really wanted to care about these girls. It felt like it was trying, I wanted to care about someone, or something.
Yep.
With there was nothing the closest you get to Lash to anyone is the dad, but even it's not there.
He feels removed from the whole situation. It's he's watching, but even clearly
he's a good dad. He's a generic good dad.
Yeah.
There's nothing crazy about him except that his wife's dead and he's a single dad.
Like,
It was so boring. It was
yeah,
so
it was boring. It was like, and there were parts where like oh, this something's kind of happening, and then you just kind of slowly regress into, okay, we're just not watching anything important happen.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about it.
Yeah.
It's
It just wasn't like psychologically scary. It's not like a heavy movie. It's not like leaving you with things to like process.
the one time I was scared was a jump scare.
Yeah,
That's it. I wasn't scared at any other point during the movie, and I'm a weakling. Things scare me.
Yeah,
Nothing.
this should have done something.
Did absolutely nothing.
Like literally, I felt no like sense of like trepidation,
Yeah.
or fear, or anything.
Trepidation.
Which sucks.
Big
I
word.
want something like that.
Yeah.
What do you think about them including?
I thought that was again a good idea. Like, it's different.
Well, let me. Ellen Burstyn. I didn't finish what I was saying.
Oh.
I just want you, but you know what I was talking about.
No, I thought you were talking about something different.
Oh, what you
I
thought?
thought you were talking about how it included like different religions, not just the Catholic religion.
Well, we can talk about that more. I mean, it just felt like
that was a cool idea.
It's a cool idea,
it was like,
but like
this whole movie was filled with the classic trope of great idea,
nothing executed.
Yeah, exactly.
Like them all the different religions yelling at them at the end.
Yeah,
like trying to like
so
it just felt like no clear direction happening.
And then she got out because the dad said, "I choose you." And
well,
that was
no,
like
what happened? What I interpreted from that was the dad did choose, like the little white girl, Catherine, I think her name was going to get saved, but then because of the blessing in the beginning of the movie, they pulled the old switcheroo. That's how I interpreted that.
But it happened right after he said, "I choose you."
Well, yeah, I choose, like the dad said, "I choose you." What's her name? Megan? No.
I don't. You think I know? I don't know a single character.
Exactly.
Angela, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was Angela.
Yeah.
She dies first, so like I think the other girl being chosen worked, but because of the blessing she had at the beginning of the movie, the devil was like, I can't take this one. Send her back.
It wasn't like, I don't know. I thought it was the dad said, "I choose you," because then even in the end they show like the montage of the demon going, "I choose you," and then So I don't know. To me, it was like that was the reason why she died and not
because Angela. Of like the parents' greed.
Yeah.
Or like not even selfishness, I guess, kind of.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's why. But that's why, like, it was that's such a weird. Like, I didn't think that was we were gonna end up. I thought like. I didn't think it was going to end up between, okay, now you have to choose between one of us to die. Like,
come on.
Okay.
And then the priest comes in, like, I thought that was so funny.
Me too. I thought it was about to be super, like, favoritism to Roman Catholicism, and I thought the priest was going to come in and be like, okay, now that I am here, everything is going to work, and then they just got
I like they actually did the callback of having someone's head twist around.
Yeah.
Like,
sure, but even that. Hokey pokey. It's like a wink at the camera.
We all did like at like the neck kind of cracking up.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
It's gross. It's CG, but like
2 thumbs down.
Yeah. I
don't go see it.
There's gonna be sequels. There's gonna be a sequel.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah, they're definitely trying.
In what way?
I hope.
How would they go from there? I don't care. I really don't care.
It's gonna be Reagan. They're gonna show more Reagan. That's where they're leading. It's gonna be. What do you okay? What do you think about Ellen Burstyn?
That was pointless. It was completely unnecessary, and the movie it did zero at the end.
If she wasn't there at all, it really wouldn't have changed anything.
Anything, not one thing. What did she help with? She gave him a book. She made him believe a little bit.
Yeah, it was more so like
this happened.
It pointed them in the direction, I guess, of we know exorcism is real, but it falls flat in so many different ways that I wanted to like find something to attach to and like, even with like the obvious like, oh, this is for the horror fans, like we want you to recognize these people, be like, oh, I recognize her from the movie, from the original movie.
That's why movies are bad now,
right?
That's why movies are bad now, because that has to happen. Nobody cares that much. If you make a good movie, you don't need to have that stuff in it. The only reason you have to add that stuff in it is because the rest of the movie doesn't hold up without it.
Exactly. It'd be awesome to see a great movie being pushed up by the legacy of the movie, of the original movie, but this just tries to capitalize on the original movie with adding nothing. It adds nothing to how I feel about the how I feel about horror. I guess I don't know. It was just a bland waste of time.
Yeah, it was really boring. I mean, even like again, I said it to you at the end. The direction of it was just like it was the most like it was almost as if like there was like zero like thought or like it was just like, okay, I'm gonna film this way. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
This one,
Close up, get it really close.
Like it was just all right. Oh my god, it was boring.
Yeah,
God.
like nothing like interesting was to look at or to feel or to think about. It was just, I wish I was watching the original.
Yeah, same the whole time.
Yeah,
and the original was so unsettling throughout the whole thing. Like it was like, and it just built up like to be scarier and scarier. And this one was just, I was waiting for anything to get like hair raised,
moved, and like even at the last exorcism, like the end and the exorcism at the end, you were like when the girls start floating up, we both looked at each other. It's like, okay,
yeah,
something's going on,
and then
it was just, yeah,
she threw up some black goo.
Yeah,
and that was it.
A lot of black goo.
There was a lot of
goo.
At least they're adding. They changed the color of the thing that they spit out.
They had to like. There's the black goo, and then she started spitting ghostly fire in the air.
Yeah, that was cool too.
I leaned over to you and was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at.
And then the smoke.
Went up the chimney.
Yeah, no, but the smoke and the fire fought first, and then the smoke won, and then the smoke took the fire into the chimney, and it was
really
that one was really boring. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Fuck this thing.
Yeah,
I don't care about it. The Exorcist was awesome. The new Exorcist sucks. I will be much more excited for our next review. Can't wait for that. Some Scorsese action. Yeah, stay tuned. But this, yeah, great Exorcist. I give Amazeballs. This I give the Exorcist Believers. No, just 2 thumbs down. That's I can't think of anything else except 2 thumbs down for this movie.
This movie did not make me a believer.
No, it did not. I did like the Exorcist, or one of the girls being possessed and like reading the Bible. That was, I thought, that was like the one cool part.
Yeah, like I could literally could have made like little notes about the things I liked about this movie. It was like little girl looking in bed. There's like little things that like, oh, this is a cool little nugget of thing.
Yeah,
that's something
scary or something. Yeah.
That like it looks interesting, but it just. I think we're past the point where little girls are scary because like it wasn't like I want to feel bad for these girls that they're going through such traumatic things and like.
And that's the another annoying part because The Exorcist is like so subtly about trauma and like it's not. I mean, like of course it's about possession and demons and God and Christianity, but it's also at the same time they're discussing all of that. They're also discussing how this trauma can be perceived as that, and this trauma can be perceived as like a demonic possession but you can work through your trauma and get out of it. This one is so like it tries to be that, but it's so clearly like doing that, so it's not at all subtle and they're not doing it well. It doesn't get across in a way that is impactful. I think it didn't impact me, so it was just so pointless, and I didn't like it, and let's not do it again.
Like one last thing, I could literally show you. We saw the reaction of how the other movie ended, where you're like. You move out of your chair and like jump, and you're gripping the bed at a couple times. Yeah, you literally were so still during this movie. So still. That's the best way to put it. You were like no squirming, no like.
Nope.
It's just like
so bored.
Yeah, exactly, and it sucks.
2 hours. Don't see it. Go support movies. Go watch another movie.
Yeah, go watch a different movie.
Yeah, not this one.
So that concludes our double review of The Exorcist and The Exorcist Believer. I had fun doing this.
Me too. I enjoyed the movie reviews, even though it was a bad movie. I still had fun going to see a movie in theaters. That's awesome. I love going to see movies. But man, what a bad movie! Hope next time we'll pick good movies.
We will.
Yeah.
We only pick good movies. We picked half of a good movie.
We picked half. We picked one good movie, one bad movie, and who knows? Maybe we'll do more bad movie reviews. But this was.
Not a fun bad.
Yeah, not a fun bad. That's for sure. And the next time it will be a good fun.
Yeah, no matter what, everything's gonna be up from here. This was so low. We're only going up.
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's fly, baby. All right.